that I'm standing next to her, so we'll take all the photographs. Okay? Great. Let's look at now Valerie Abhi. He has been a very strong component, as I said, for this entire journey. Someone who's very culturally involved, someone who's very, very devoted in terms of looking at it. I mean, really thank you for coming to this building. It's really great. It's an honor to welcome you here. As I said, it's really great to place this occasion, and a very, very warm welcome to you, Mr. Chairman. Hey. People cannot applaud because everyone has got cameras. We can understand that. Okay, we can understand that. Thank you. Thank you. So we have now Arjun. Okay, Arjun, as I said, has been working at grassroots across the country. As I said, more than 500 students with us. Start Foundation keeps on doing lots of areas in art, culture and design, and that's what we're very proud of in terms of Arjun. Warm welcome Arjun for being with us on this journey and really dedicated. It's a pleasure to kind of really have you here to that extent. And I think we can have clips of the cat coming along with this. To that extent. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we can collect flowers please so that everyone is free in their hands. And then we give mics to everyone. Can we have mics to everyone? Okay, one more mic please. Okay, you can keep on passing it. Okay, so I will take this occasion since all of you are there with us. I think it's very, very important to hear from you. You know, now you see this whole innovative journey we are very proud of it, we are very passionate about it in terms of what we built. And the journey, as you have seen last time, we have done with the tracks in terms of the day, and our 4 decades of service run has been very, very strong. It's literally the Oscar of what we see. We have the street judges every year which come and really this and kind of be with us to the extent. I want to kind of again first question to you in terms of saying, how do you relate to the Shara Saman and how do you see this entire cultural journey evolving and how have you seen this and how do you see this entire project coming up?
A very good afternoon to everyone present here, all my friends from the media and everyone present here. Thank you, Amit sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Team Asian Paints, for making me a part of this journey. Yes, I clearly remember just 2 years back, 2023, Team Asian Paints, they have done almost the same thing with Kolkata tram. These are our identification as Bengalis, as Kolkatans. We feel proud about our trams, about our taxis, but the only sad part is both these things, they are slowly fading away. That's maybe the demands of time, but the way you are recreating them, presenting them to the newer generation, it's praiseworthy. And I feel very nostalgic riding one yellow taxi, because I was riding in the taxi, the decade I was representing was 1995 to 2005.
That's right.
Precisely, that was the decade when I was also growing up. I have started my college. So at that point of time, riding a taxi was quite a thing because we didn't have much of a pocket money. So during pujas, we had our planning to save the money, because in pujas we have to roam around. We will go through the pandal hopping and everything with our friends, maybe with our relatives. So at that point of time, riding a taxi with all our friends. In this taxi, we used to fit in like 8 to 10 of us. We used to just jostle. Yeah, but there was no discomfort because it's the fun of being together.
Sure.
So I was going back to that memory. And the way Asian Paints have contributed in this whole designing thing, if you can see in my taxi, one prominent thing was, I saw Bengali bands were also showing.
Yes.
Precisely, it was that time when we used to hear, like, we are fans of Chandrabindu, Porosh Pathor. Slightly later, that's also that decade. And in Kolkata Pujo also, we have seen the changes were happening, because Asian Paints, as you rightly said, everyone, including the Puja committee, including the spectators, everyone, we consider Asian Paints as the Oscar of Pujo Shomman. So in that decade, 95-2005, the recognition, the prestige with this award went bigger. And we can see the installations, the theme pujas coming in, the kind of design, the kind of architecture we used to see during pujas, I always wondered that like after 5-7 days, all this will be, deconstructed. But Chandanagar lighting, they also came into popularity at that point of time. So it was like time travel for me when I was riding this taxi. And thanks to Team Asian Paints for making this happen. And one more thing is, for me, Durga Pujo, yes, the faith, the devotion is always there, but it's much beyond that. It's about festivities, it's about coming together. Everyone, for those 5-7 days, they forget all their struggle, all their stress, and they want to be a part of a festival that will give them the energy to go through all this throughout the year. And thanks for, I remember in 2014 actually, I was part of Asian Paints South Showman Judges. So I actually have seen very prominent names from different parts of this part of the country, and very prominent names, they were also the judges. And they were very meticulous, very particular about how they judge the whole puja pandal, the Srishta Pratima and everything. And I understood the kind of expectations and the pressure the puja committees have. So I wish everyone present here শারদ শুভেচ্ছা আমার তরফ থেকে in advance. আমরা যেন সবাই খুব ভালো থাকতে পারি, এবং সেই সঙ্গে সঙ্গে I strongly feel it is our responsibility, it is our duty to carry forward our legacy. And for the Gen Zs, for the new generation, this is our duty to let them know what this journey is all about. This 40 years of Asian Paints. The tagline, if I am not wrong, it's Cholte Cholte Cholish. So now the Gen Z is there in front of us, they will be leading us. So it's our responsibility to let them know, to introduce to them what this journey is all about. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I think it's been amazing. You are as good as what you do. You are so eloquent, so good in terms of what just spoke, as you touch the right point. And I think one of the last things that keeps this whole culture alive. It is more of arts coming together, that whole feeling of joy which comes in the city of joy in terms of what we see. I think that is something which is very, very thankfully, and I think very, very big thanks in terms of what you just said, and I think so erudite and so clear in terms of your dictate and the role. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have now Shwasani Moitra. I think we all know her, and we know from the point of view that she is very, very ingrained in terms of looking at the culture, in terms of what happens, and I'm sure today the versatility of the work which you are doing, whether it is from the point of view of movies, whether it is from the point of view of serials, I think there are a lot of elements which keep on coming there, which are kind of really cool. And therefore we felt that possibly your presence, and especially the era which you are representing from what is there, you have represented the last era which is there to that extent, but you really thought
Thank you, sir. I take this as a compliment, but I'm not really Gen Z.
So, yes, so
Thank you so much.
she is representing the 2005 to 2015 era. But now as you see this way unfolding, and we are very excited, right? And you see this journey of Sama, you see this whole tradition, the culture, and now you see this as a living kind of art, which will be kind of in the city for the next so many days to the extent. What is that you feel about this? What is your painting in terms of life?
I'll be very honest, I was just there backstage and I was asking everyone if I can just hire one of them, especially the one that I came in for entire puja. I'll be really glad if the Asian Paints family just give one to me. Also, to begin with, very, very good afternoon everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. Sir, thank you so much for making me part of the Asian Paints family, and this is truly an honor. Because ever since I have known Durga Puja, I have known of Asian Paints Sharad Shravan, and that in itself speaks quite a volume. Also, as Gen Z, a lot of people have been here talking about Gen Z. I'm sure that the Gen Z will probably call it the OG of Puja Shravan, but our generation still prefers to call it the Oscar of Durga Pujas. And to maintain this tag for the last 4 decades can only be possible because Asian Paints, the brand, and also the way you treat the entire Sharad Shravan, I think you've always celebrated the true spirit of Durga Puja. by honoring the creativity as well as recognizing the tireless effort of artisans, sculptors and the committees. And thank you so much for giving me the taxi which actually captures the time frame of 2005 to 2015, because that time frame captures my growing up. And I remember I was just telling Arjun here that I remember I had started getting pocket money from my parents. I would save up just to, get hold of one of these taxis and roam around all over Kolkata with my friends, indulge in junk food and also rate which is the best food according to us. And talking about Asian Paint Sharad Shawman, till today, my mother waits till the Asian Paint Sharad Shawman prize winners list comes out, and she'll tell me that no matter which pandal we go to, we must visit these pandals for sure. So thank you for doing that. Also, since we're here today celebrating 40 years of Asian Paint Sharad Shawman, we know exactly how much you contribute into restoring Kolkata's timeless heritage, art and culture. Thank you so much. Because previously the tram and now the yellow taxis, which are now becoming obsolete, as we all know. Thank you for restoring them. Thank you for the conservation of these. These are beautiful. Thanks to all the artists, all the four of them who have brought them to life. Thank you so much, because we know, as I was already telling you, how I would just get hold of one of these. These taxis have carried so many stories. They have like our everyday companion of Pujo, taking around passengers, families, friends, lovers, artisans all across the city and just telling its stories. So thank you for such a warm welcome, and I really hope to get hold of one of these during my Puja days this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think it's really great. I was complimenting Abhi, but as you are noticed from my I think you spoke very well. And I know
trust me, I have jotted down a couple of points. I just have forgotten most.
But I think it is
sorry.
And I think it's so good to hear something which is impromptu, something which comes from feeling, something which comes with emotion in terms of what you're saying. And that's something which possibly we feel very strong about saying that we can take this traditional idea of people really coming together, really enjoying some of these things. And we also feel that by 2027 they're talking about state, we said, can we go for another decade in terms of maybe another decade where they keep on this thing like. But I see, I think everything was as Abhi also said to that extent. But I think the essence of the essence of Pujo, I think that is something which is almost on purpose that I rightly said.
Sir, as what I was telling you, no matter how much prep we do, once I was standing here and I saw the entire setup and I first saw the taxis, just the way the brand has and just the way this icon of Kolkata has, you have truly captured the heart of Kolkata, you have captured the emotion of Kolkata, much like you got said.
Thank you. I think it's been great. I think thank you everyone for
Thank you so much.
And we have now Arjun, okay. Although Arjun was in the starting 1985 to 1995, it doesn't represent that at all to that extent. Okay? He also comes closer to the Gen Z in that sense to that extent. So I think Arjun, you have been doing some real transformational work, and not only today in this part of the region, we have looked at Australia, visiting art, culture, design in various forms all across the country. And I think there's a certain dedication, there's a certain kind of involvement you have for this thing, just more from the heart and not only from the purpose of looking at it commercially to that extent. And that's what we have experienced in a decade of work which we have done. So how do you feel about this whole Chorasama, this whole area of living art pieces going alive, the whole area of tradition, culture, what it really brings to the fore? What do you think in terms of what are the things which come to your mind when you kind of look at this entire thing, when you look at unfolding?
Mr. Singhal, firstly, thank you so much for having me here and our team over here working, and for all the artists and people who worked in the back end. Firstly, I was exposed mostly about Calcutta because of you, because of the projects we were collaborating on. My first large exposure came when we did the trams 2 years ago, and that also subsequently made me go for the pandal hopping, because I've been hearing from Manan and the team how beautiful it is. So while I've known about Chorasama, I have not been a part of it, and I'm just a recent entrant. But I must tell you, since then, I've fully fallen in love with what happens in Calcutta. In fact, I'm coming back on the 18th to see the pandals, to see the Sharad and what's happening. For us, Calcutta, it really represents, it's called the City of Joy. I think there is a reason. It really represents happiness over here. It represents old world charm. It represents still having these taxis, which is beautiful over here, and the trams. Other parts of the country have almost phased them out. So it is, while it is the last standing, but I think the way we have kind of conceptualized it, we've done an amazing job from the interior point of view. We've got beautiful, actually, if you guys will see, we've got beautiful the Sabyasachi line inside in terms of the upholstery which you see. You've got the Nilaya wallpaper and the exterior as well. Each decade is representing a progression of the Durga Puja over the last 40 years since Saraj Saban has come. And why do you say I don't represent the 1985 to 1995? Actually, I do. I may look a little bit younger, but I do. That is my age. And I love it because that's where it started. And the humble beings of the Gattu ad which we saw and which was also presented over here. And the fact that we saw people were waiting because TV was not there, it was not accessible, there was no live TV per se. But they were waiting, I saw one image over there, they were waiting on next to, putting the ear next to a radio station to understand who the winner of the Charat Samman was. That is very, very heart-touching and beautiful as an example. So I'm very proud of it. We are, as a team, we are very proud of it. In fact, we should all take the taxis out. This is probably one of the largest moving art projects in our country. We have 40 of these flying as much as possible. And it's for the city. It's a beautiful gift by Asian Paints for the city. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you. Great. And you know, while I just have now spoken about your involvement, your emotions, your mistakes, you know, one thing which was very amazing, I could have seen each of the taxis. I would have loved really if I could go to each taxi and not the type of talk of what it has based on the experience of the interiors. But see, if you, I want to just kind of reasons, all of us are here. If you look at this whole area of the taxi which comes in from 2015 to 2025, this is the more way in terms of how it has evolved from a digital point of view, a multi-sensorial point of view, to have emojis which are coming, to have a more modern contemporary rendition which comes in, but everything is so Calcutta in terms of which is there. It's a very nice mix in terms of blend in terms of what it is creating. The fact that people now they can enjoy it, you know, through their mobile phone, through any digital medium, I think it's basically the largest change in terms of what we are seeing to that extent. But I think the essence still remains, you know, whether it is the mind in terms of where it comes in, and basically the other elements which we are seeing, I think the essence is remains. You know, the insights you see, you can open from their side. These are all certain fabrics which have done as okay. Sabya is so emotional and very strong about it. These are his fabrics. The whole way in terms of you see the draperies are also come outside to that extent. And we have a nice mixed pack which is hanging right in the chair to that extent, which is a small symbol. And then there is a whole ceiling which has been done with the wallpaper. Similarly, we talk of each of the the taxis. Everything I think it is very good. From the point of view of the taxi which you came in from, that era. If you look at from that era, I think it kind of, it really kind of takes the whole transformation in terms of everything becoming thematic, everything becoming more immersive in terms of the stage. Also, the era where more and more artists were coming. So what we see on the bonnet are the more and more artists which, so they are more coming into that extent. We also saw, if you keep on seeing the sites, it is some of the foreigners coming and really kind of looking at it and becoming a part. So which means that the whole nuance of it becoming a global kind of phenomenon came very, very well. Inside you see the nuances. Again, you have the Sabyasachi fabric which comes in, which literally goes into the floral printing in terms of what is there to that extent. And the draperies which are of silk, and there is a wallpaper right at sea in terms of what has been put in. Again, something which we are really, really proud in terms of from where it comes in. I'm sure when you sat inside that, you felt possibly from a certain era in terms of what it kind of embodies. When we go again, your taxi, now it has become your cab. Okay, your cab, I think embodies again the whole era of 2005. started really the whole thing of the Chandana tree lights, the emblems which are coming to that extent. I think that whole phenomena started happening in terms of what we see it embracing very, very strongly in terms of the way it has come in. And I think it was also an era which really kind of brought the whole festival into a very different kind of a
Communities, they came together. And I can also people from outside Kolkata, they used to make plans for those 2-5 days. They will come to Kolkata or in and around Kolkata and see the bundles in the night. So, Howrah Bridge, again, identification for Kolkata and Bengals. People used to, I can see the people coming from outside Kolkata and watching the pandals and all.
Yeah. And Arjun, while you said that you represent a certain part of that, which I don't see when I see you to the extent, but that's the 1985 to 1995 era in terms of what we see, which is the first era where we said we started basically getting into it. That's the time when you see some of the emblems there. You see the first print ad also which has been done on the cap, which we are very proud of because we really took it out from the archives, literally from our point of view. We have some of the things where the idol worship was very strong at that point of time. Okay, that was a nuance at that point of time. And actually what has happened is that was the time when it was still about some of the Bollywood and some of these things which was there, how it emerged from the Rabindra Sangeet and the Vedic thing which has happened. It has come to this, yeah.
In fact, Abhi just mentioned that. You must take a discussion this while backstage. I remember we used to hear Hindi and Bollywood songs when we were kids. So no harm in that.
Yeah.
We used to enjoy it. But slowly, I remember Asian Games, Shahrukh Khan came in, and the idea was to, represent Bengalis. So all of a sudden, we started hearing Bengali songs, the film songs playing all over the country. That was quite a remarkable change. I have no problem listening to Hindi songs or Bollywood songs, but at the same time, again I'm saying this is kind of our responsibility also to exhibit what we have and have such rich things, cultural things with us. So I remember that change. Bengali songs started playing
Absolutely. So I think it represents that genre very well. So when we saw this 4 generations like this, we see distinct periods. We see the distinct emergence, and therefore this journey is very exciting for us. So it was not something that it just was created, and we got on to the decade, we really found that this area was so transformational from where it has moved to now, and that is why I think today's event becomes so important, that when we see this evolution from 1985 to 2035, it just shows us in terms of how the society, how the culture, how everything is moving. But in all this, the essence and the spirit, which I think is so very strong, which remains, and which is possibly a messaging for all of us that as kind of look at the next 20, 30, 40 years. I think if we keep this essence and spirit alive, I think it would be really great in terms of really an honor in terms of this region becoming far more rich culturally and our younger generations kind of seamlessly getting into it. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. So I think it's a photo opportunity. We can all stand. Okay, we can stand here. Okay.